Welcome to this section on setting up Ionic 2. Now, unfortunately for us, there isn't just some kind of installer package we can download that sets everything up for us, regardless of what operating system you have. We have to do everything manually in Ionic, and this to me is a great shame because they're really missing a trick by allowing the regular Joe to install it and have a play with it. So they're losing out on a lot of developers. Anyway, that said, when we set up Ionic 2, we have to do things in a specific order. And roughly speaking, this is the order we're going to set things up in. First, we're going to install Node.js, and that is a server-side JavaScript framework. Node.js will allow us to grab all of the packages that we need from the command line. Then we need to install Cordova or Cordova, however you say it. This is an open source, I believe, application framework or mobile app framework, and a lot of other frameworks build themselves on top of Cordova, such as Ionic, and Cordova is the vital link between your application and the mobile ecosystem. Then, of course, we're going to install Ionic 2 itself, as well as AngularJS that goes with it. We're going to install TypeScript, which allows us to use TypeScript inside of our IDE, which we could use anyway, but this just gives us some more, feedback on what we're typing and more code auto-completion. Then I'm going to install the Google Chrome browser, and I assume if you're a geek and you're watching this, you probably already have Chrome installed. It's very handy because we're going to use its development tools to help us run and debug our apps. Finally, we're going to install the Android SDK, which is pretty obvious that we would need that in order to build Android apps. We're also going to use it to install some simulators and provide the drivers for any devices that we plug in. And if you're on a Mac or a Mac virtual machine, then you're going to install the iOS SDK. And I've put that in quotes because people don't really say iOS SDK, they say Xcode. Xcode is Apple's standalone program, if you like, that does all of the iOS development stuff for us. Okay, so that's a list of the things we're going to do. Let's get on and install them.